Nick, can you tell us, man, what the F is going on in Minnesota?
Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
Minneapolis police don't respond, and those rioters decided to, they started breaking into cars. They started trying to set cars on fire. They started looting federal vehicles.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And you probably saw the video from the other day where I had my truck parked outside of the federal facility, and they surrounded it. They tried to block me in the front. I was on the phone with 911, begging and pleading for them to come and help me because they were already damaging the vehicle. They were trying to get me out of the car.
They just said that they're going to hit me with the car.
Okay, are you able to walk away even further?
Well, I'm on foot and they're in a car, so.
I mean, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, last night, it was insane. They were breaking into FBI vehicles, stealing their weapons.
That's crazy. That's not protesting. That's terrorism. That's an insurrection.
Exactly.
Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just got off a call with Nick Shirley. I texted him earlier, Cam Higby, and Nick Sortor. And I'm telling you guys, I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings right now, but this needs to be said. And people need to get challenged on this topic. I am so upset at the fact that our journalists who are out here exposing more truth than the mainstream media don't have support. I don't understand. Yeah, there's some people coming out, and I'm thankful for all of them. There's people that have raised money for Nick Shirley's security. There's a few people that have raised money for security for Cam and the other Nick Sortor. People have raised money, but we are nowhere near what we should be freaking doing for our journalists. The videos that y'all are sharing, I'm going to say we, add us in there. The videos that we are sharing are only brought to you by people that are putting their lives on the line to produce the content. And we got 1 million people watching it. We got 10 million people sharing it. Everybody's talking about it. But how are we not helping our people be fully funded? We got these idiots out here who are bludgeoning ICE agents, coordinated efforts. They got warming gloves. They're doing everything to destroy a constitutional republic, and they're funded. And we can't even fund these guys. We can't help them edit their videos. We can't pay for their hotel stay. We can't pay for their travel and rental cars. I do social media. These guys aren't making that much money. Why are people not fully funded? And it bothers me because I'm watching these young guys out there in harm's way. And we're fighting tooth and nail to get their security funded. I literally started a security company and started a nonprofit so that I could find a solution to help these people who are out here risking their life with no security. You would think after Charlie Kirk had gotten killed that we would start thinking this through a little bit more and saying, it's not a game. I have to have full-time security. And the thing is that people are enjoying the content. But at what point are we going to pool our money together and start supporting our journalists? And that's just 3 guys. It's more out here trying to do what Charlie was doing, exercising his constitutional right. And these guys are doing more than Fox News. They're doing more than CNN, MSDNC. They're doing more than everybody. We wouldn't even know that these kids out there, these nut jobs out there stealing guns from these federal vehicles. We wouldn't even know it exists if it hadn't been for Nick Sortor putting his life on the line to get the footage. Like I'm telling you, man, this is my call to action for you. I'm going to put some links in the description section, and I want anybody who's inspired, who's fired up about this, to go in the description section and support somewhere. Whether you're supporting by funding these guys, whether you're funding them to do what they do, where they don't have to worry. They don't have to say, well, I can't get the content out. Nick Shirley, he literally is 2 weeks behind on things that he do because he got to edit everything by himself. He literally is putting out content that he shot 2 weeks ago because we supported him. We had his security, so we know when he was out there. He got 2 weeks. It's time now, America, that we need to start doing something for our own people. We need to start making sure our people are fully funded. Our people can travel without any obstruction. That our people are secured and protected when they're sharing the truth that we're sharing on our social media platforms. I'm calling every single conservative under the sound of my voice, and if you ain't watching, share it with somebody. It's time for us to give and put our money and our resources behind the people that are doing the things that some of us can't do. I'm calling on Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. I mean, anybody that believe in the freedoms that we have in this country, that we need to be supporting the people who are keeping the freedom alive, who are keeping truth and transparency alive. The freedom of speech, the freedom to report, to be journalists. At what point are we going to say enough is enough and we're going to start fighting back? Nick Shirley and all of these guys should be able to go out and report on news and be fully protected. I'm not yelling no more. Get in the comment section. We got security funded, and we'll have security funding where we can raise money to fund these guys' security and others. And then we're going to have a link there where you can fund them in their endeavors. I'll make it easy for you. We'll put 2 links, one for security for all of these guys and one for funding for all of these guys. We had 70 million people vote for Donald Trump. If 70 million people gave $1, and I'm not saying you got to do it all to one cause, but I'm just putting in perspective that it's a lightweight if we all do it. If 5 million people gave $1, that's nothing to the individual. We got at least 5 million people out here that can give $1. $5 million. That'll take care of security for all these guys. That'll take care of all their needs, hotel, cars, video, editing, everything. Change America. If we'll do something about it. I'm done ranting. Comment, the link is in the description section. Are you going to do it or are you not? Are you going to put your money where your heart is at? Are you going to put your resources in freedom or not? Are you going to buy a Starbucks coffee today? You're going to go, all your luxuries that you get will be over if we don't maintain truth and stability and expose these lies in America. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got Nick Sortor ready to go, man. He's out in Minnesota right now. He's literally standing right outside in his craziness. Nick, can you tell us, man, what the F is going on in Minnesota?
Brandon, I don't know how else to put it. This is an insurrection. This is an insurrection that's going on out here, and it's getting worse by the day. They took full advantage of the fact that Minnesota or Minneapolis police don't respond to calls for help from federal agents. And so when the federal agents had to, they were being overrun last night by rioters in the streets, and those rioters decided to, they started breaking into cars. They started trying to set cars on fire. They started looting federal vehicles. And I even have a video of them stealing a select fire rifle out of an FBI vehicle, and they were able to get away. That's just for anybody that doesn't know. That's a rifle that can be switched to
Fully
fire automatic.
Yeah.
And now that's on the streets in Minneapolis in the hands of some clearly very deranged people. And man, we're beyond time to send Marines out here, invoke the Insurrection Act. Innocent people are going to be killed. I mean, it's a matter of time, man.
No, 1,000%. I saw the same thing. I'm like, there's a difference between protesting. And I think in this country, we need to be very clear. you can protest, you can make your voice be heard. But when you start breaking into vehicles, which is vandalism, when you start blocking the roads, which is obstruction of traffic, when you start going and killing or trying to assault and stalking ICE agents, you are now going into the realm of breaking federal law. And when you're taking firearms out of police vehicles or the federal vehicles, I mean, you're now getting to another level. Stealing or theft of a firearm is a felony crime. Like, how are the police? Now you're out there. What is the police response? Are they not responding at all? You know, if a citizen were to call right now and say, "Hey, I need help. I'm getting bludgeoned by a protester," are they not responding at all?
Yeah, well, I have never once been able to get the police to respond to any of my distress calls, no matter how urgent they are, which is worse than in places like Portland. You know, I thought Portland was bad for police response. This place, it's non-existent. They pretty much tell me on the phone to go screw myself. And you probably saw the video from the other day where I had my truck parked outside of the federal facility, and they surrounded it. They tried to block me in the front. I was on the phone with 911, begging and pleading for them to come and help me because they were already damaging the vehicle. They were trying to get me out of the car. I had the doors locked, obviously, and I told them on that 911 call, I said, if they try to disable my vehicle or they break a window, I have no choice but to drive because then I'm losing my security totally. And they still didn't respond. They still didn't show up. I had to flee to the neighboring county in order to get help out here. It's like the police are non-existent.
Do you think if you had been able to talk to some citizens in the area that are not combatant, are these people that live in Minnesota? They live in Minneapolis, or are these people that are getting bussed in? Like, do you have a sense that this is some paid demonstration, or you think this is organic? You know, kind of a flare up from what has happened with some of the ICE activity.
No, I mean, there's nothing organic about any of this at all. I mean, even last night, you see, some people. It'll start off with people in the area, and they have like a rapid response group. It's always the same people that are on scene at these protests before anybody else, and they come with gear and like big bulk uh, snacks and hand warmers and gas masks and all of this stuff ready to hand out to people that deploy. There's nothing organic about any of that. I was able to talk to some people that were on the streets the other day, and I was going incognito and acting like I was one of them. And I was able to ask some of them where they're from. And I asked about 10 people where they were from. Not a single person said they were from Minnesota. They're from Washington State. There was one from Texas, Oklahoma, even places that aren't close by. And so you want to try to figure out how they got here, who's paying for them to get here. A lot of these people don't have any money. And I think that's the next step. It's like, how are they affording to do all of this?
Yeah, that's very keen of an observation. You know, like it's got to be something done here. I mean, these people are attacking the federal government. You know, they cried themselves to sleep at night on October the 6th, or not October the 6th, but January 6th, when they claimed that there was an insurrection. And nobody cared that Ashley Babbitt was killed. They act like she deserved it. And she was completely unarmed, climbing through a window. The guy could have slapped her and pushed her out of the window. Instead, he shot her in the neck, which is a lethal shot, killing her. And nobody's doing anything. Here's the thing. Like, I want you to just paint the picture for us. Because if it wasn't for you and maybe a few other journalists, because the mainstream media isn't doing it. Now that I know, they're not doing anything, and they're not talking like you're talking, telling the real, raw, and uncut truth. Like, what is it like for you being a journalist? Do you feel like your life is in danger, or when you blend in, does it feel easier to kind of conduct this type of stuff? You know, give us some feedback on what it's like being you out there reporting the truth.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. Last night, especially when I was filming them, literally at one point taking a tow strap out of the back of a pickup truck, tying it to the back of the pickup truck. They had enough time to go into the FBI vehicle and then tie that tow strap around the weapons safe in there and pull it out, right? With no police response at all. It's not that the police didn't know about it, it's just that they weren't going to do anything about it. And then there's just me with my camera, and they don't particularly like being filmed when they're committing felonies, right? So, I mean, I have to be as discreet as possible when I'm filming that stuff. And I'm sitting there knowing that if they discover me, if they realize I am who I am, because I'm typically, I change my disguise up every single day. But if they were to discover me, man, they're going to beat me to a pulp in the middle of the street. And nobody is going to come to my rescue. And it's pretty terrifying, man.
I know and this is why, we were talking about this before, and I was telling you before we went live, I'm like, dude, we got to beef up some security for you and others who are out there doing a thing, because, and my plan is that, you dress in disguise and the other person dress in disguise. You only need somebody to get you out of a tough spot, armed. And so you don't have to worry about it. And it doesn't have to be some overt thing where it's like, look, this is me. Here's all these people. It's like, no, you incognito and the other person's incognito, or 2 or 3 people incognito. And if it hit the fan, you can get out of there. And you know that you can defend yourself if deadly force is necessary. And the reason that I'm bringing this up, man, because I was telling people on my audience, and I think people should understand it at this point. You, Cam, Nick Shirley, and others. There's another young lady that I saw out there. Like, I don't understand at this point why people are not coming out in full force to support security for you guys. I just don't understand. And we have the nonprofit side. For those who are watching this, we have the Blackline Guardian Fund, and we are trying to raise money to support you as well as Cam and Nick Shirley. So if people want to donate, they can go there. But the bigger overarching topic here is not just the fact that we have a nonprofit and we have the thing. It's like, where is the support from the audience, right? I mean, we've raised some decent money for Nick Shirley, but the nut job that goes out and kills an ICE agent gets $1.2 million in a GoFundMe. Yeah. It's not even a 501c3. It's literally a GoFundMe account or something of that nature. People out here committing crimes, and people are more enthusiastic. I mean, do you see the enthusiasm, and outside of just the funding and support, but do you see the enthusiasm and the vigor and zeal on our side matching that of them who are out protesting?
Well, I mean, the problem is that I see on the conservative side is that, our people typically work for a living.
Right.
And so they're not able to just, come out here every single day and be with me on the street to, support our side of this and show support for ICE and such. And, we don't have paid protesters. We don't really have the apparatus to do that anyway. That's not what we focus on. The left does their astroturfing very, very well. You see, when they show this, what looks like grassroots support out here, and they send like food trucks out to the autonomous zone that they created, let's say, and it'll be like a local food truck. But the way that works, and they say that the local food truck is handing out free food, well, that's because somebody cut them a big check for them to come out there and hand out that free food. But they don't say that part. They want to act like it's the will of the people. They're all coming together and helping each other out. Mutual aid, that's what they call it. But it's nothing like that. But to get back to the point of your question, I've seen a ton of support, and it helps me tremendously. It helps with morale. I'll say when you're out there and you feel like you're alone, that a lot of people, they have your back. They're pushing you forward. They just may not be physically there to have your back. That would be a big help. And that's why, I love your idea. I've been wanting to do something like that for a long time, because a lot of us, we get attacked very regularly, to be honest with you. I mean, I was getting attacked in Portland pretty regularly. The first night that I was here, I was followed. They were throwing things at me. And then you saw the vehicle attack the other day. I mean, it happens all the time. And security is very, very expensive. As you know, to have a good security guard, a good security team, it's very pricey. We're just independent journalists, man. Like, I don't have a team. Any tweet that you see, it's always from me. Nobody else does it. Any video you see with my name on it out in the field out here, it's always from me. I don't have a team. It's So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it would definitely help.
it's time, Nick. It's time for all of these people on our side to put our resources together to have almost like a mob of our people being able to speak the truth with security and funding. I mean, it's not just security.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we fund our journalists? Why can't we make sure our journalists are good? They have hotels, they have air travel, they have all the camera equipment that they need, they have support systems, because these nut jobs have all the support they need. They got hand warmers, they got signs created, they got, like you said, food trucks. Like, why can't we have an apparatus where we have our people be able to go out and they have full support to tell the truth and keep our constitutional republic alive? Like, we got the money. Like, we have the people who have the money. Like, we're capitalists. We're the ones that got jobs. We're the ones that are creating and building. I mean, even on our side, we have the richest man in the world on our side. And I'm sure Jeff Bezos and others want to continue to have a free country. And I just wish that some people would step up and say, no, it's time to fight back, man. They spend millions of dollars on tearing down. How about we spend millions on building up? You know, you shouldn't be having to do that by yourself. Like, you should have a whole apparatus where you go out and you film and somebody edits for you. Or you go out and film and you have security people that can get you in and out of spots. And you have food, you have hotel when you're out there, you have air travel when you need to go from here to here to here to here. It should be completely funded. Like, their stuff is completely funded. But to do activism and harass cops, it's weird to me.
Yeah, and it would help a lot. Honestly, it would help the quality of content too, because I mean, like the editing and everything I do myself as well, and so it takes me a little bit to be able to turn around videos a lot of times, and it'd be easier to do stories. You know, even Nick Shirley, for example, it'd be easier for him to go out and do stories as well if he was able to have all of the other things covered by somebody else, not even just monetarily, but just assistance wise. Like again, the editing process, the booking process, the finding locations as to where to go, and what's planned for the day out here, which protests, which riots, and then if you had a support structure like that, that even if you had one person helping several different journalists that are on the ground in the same spot, honestly, yesterday because the police line was so, or the perimeter was so wide. We didn't know what was going on at each side. So if we had multiple, like 3 different journalists here taking video from different sides, we probably would have seen a lot more that happened last night. But we don't have that. We're sort of like on our own, totally.
I know. I wish I was a billionaire, dude. I wish I was a billionaire or more. Dude, I would love to like fund it. I wish I could get the money to fund it, because what you're saying is an interesting concept. It's like, why can't we have our own militia where we protect our journalists and we go out in the public and all our guys are geared up and we're going to protect them to be able to, you guys to be able to have free speech. We're going to protect you guys to be able to do what you got to do. And anybody try to assault you guys, they're going to be met with deadly force. It shouldn't be a game out here. And we should have 5 or 6 journalists that we could put up in hotels and we could make sure everything. We have editors that edit all the content. I just don't understand, man. Like, I wish I was rich so I could do it. But
you and me both, man.
How do we do it, man? I don't know. Maybe somebody watch this video will be inspired to help, because we just really need it, man. You guys are the most important people in America right now. The honest to God truth. Like, I'm sitting in the studio right now. It's 74 degrees in here. I'm comfortable on the couch. I mean, you're out there in the freaking, it's cold out there, and I want to say another word, but you know what
it sucks.
It's cold out there. I'm getting ready to wrap the interview because I don't want you to be standing out there. But it's cold out there. It's dangerous, and you guys are risking everything. Your freedoms. You're risking your free time. You could be hanging out with family, girlfriends, wives. Instead, you guys are out there doing what the America needs, and the American people need to get off their ashy elbows and really, really dive into support. And I don't know. Only nonprofit that I have right now that I know of is the Guardian Fund for Security. But like, where do you have where people can go and donate and support you?
Yeah, so I don't typically ask for donations for anything, essentially, because I don't like to take away from the message, right? It makes it too easy for right now. It's very difficult to label me as a grifter because I don't ask for any money. I'm like spending basically what comes in goes back out into this, and I'm proud of that fact. But I mean I do. There's a tip function in my bio on X if anybody is so inclined to help out. But I want to go back to that point that you were making, about the security again. I'll hit on that one more time. What they're trying to do to us out here, to people like me and to people like Cam and Shirley and everybody, they're trying to literally terrorize us. These are terrorists. They are trying to terrorize us into going away and not covering what they're doing out here. Last night, that video that I got of them stealing the rifle out of the back of the FBI vehicle and then stealing the weapons locker out of the back of another FBI vehicle. Uh, Nobody else got those videos. No major news outlet was there to film any of that. If it wasn't for independent journalists, it's not just me. Nobody would have seen that. We would have never known about it. I'll say this as well. Like I got a call this morning from Attorney General Pam Bondi after she saw that video, and let's just say the FBI is they're very mad. They're very mad. I won't say too much. I don't want to divulge too much from that phone call.
We can imagine.
But that's how they saw it. That's how they saw it, was from that video.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. I see in my mind, I see a vision of this happening and working because right now it's crazy and nobody's covering it. And these people get to get away with it. And you know why nobody's covering it? Because of what you said. It's too dangerous. They want to kill you out there. So, and they'll beat you to a pulp and the cops won't even respond. So the major news networks and media, they don't want the liability. They say, well, we're not going to cover anything. So these cowards get to do crime in the dark. And they get to do nefarious things. They probably jumping out of vehicles. It's very clearly coordinated, and nobody's going to ever see it. And that's the way they want it.
Right.
But man, we gotta make a difference. And I'll make the claim right now. And when we put this out to the public, I'll make another ask. Anybody that's watching this, you need to support these people out here. Whether it's going and tipping on their tip jars. Go find their social media. Quit being lazy. You share the content. You watch the content. Go in there and give a tip. People they'll go get a Starbucks today. Cost $7. But this is more important than drinking a Starbucks, in my opinion. You drink some water and be fine. And I want people to go and support the Guardian Fund because the Guardian Fund helps protect security for all of the journalists that we work with, which is you, Cam, Nick, Shirley, and we want to get more people. But we don't have enough money. But we need all of us working together to put money in the piggy bank so we can have quality content and y'all to be safe. So if somebody's watching this, the links will be in the description. We'll link to your tip jar and we'll link to the Guardian Fund. And, we need to find creative ways, man. Maybe we can find other ways to help you raise money because it's not, I want you to know this, and I know we're kind of interviewing, but it's like brother to brother. Like we shouldn't be worried about being labeled or worried about raising money because the devil don't care. They're raising millions and millions and millions of dollars and they're doing fraudulent stuff with it. But like somebody like you is out here doing God's work, in my opinion, exposing the truth or exposing the lies that they're doing. And it shouldn't be a problem with somebody helping you do that. That's what we're all together for. We're a community. I mean, we got it, so we give it to our brothers. And I had resources to create a nonprofit, so that's what I did for our brothers. So, but I'm gonna get you out of the cold, Nick. I don't want you there. It's cold. It looks cold as heck out there. Like I'm getting cold looking at you.
It's gonna get colder, man. But I really appreciate this. This is it's gonna help out a lot. The quality of content just by having security is gonna go through the roof. It'll be noticeable. Trust me, man. I really appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, I'm going to help you, man. I'm going to do my best, man. I'm going to put some money in your jar. I'm going to try to help you, man, because I believe in this stuff. It's not just talking. I believe in it. So I appreciate you, man. God bless you, Nick. You keep fighting a good fight. We're going to try to, if people will help us raise the money, I'll put some money in. We're going to try to get you some security so you can at least be safer. I know you have people protecting you. You have people out there. We're going to get you more people, so you have, a base. I don't want you to kind of be out there by yourself, man. We need at least a couple people with you. So if they hit the fan, they can do some shenanigans to get you out of there to safety, and then off to the next city. So I appreciate you, man. God bless you, and thank you so much. And your handles, give us your handles where people can follow you on all your platforms.
Yeah, the main platform is on X at Nick Sortor, NickSortor, but also on Instagram and TikTok sometimes. But yeah,
Yeah.
mainly X and mainly X. But Officer Tatum, again, thank you so much, man.
Man, it's my pleasure. We'll put the links in the description section, everybody. Thank you for coming on. Cam, thank you so much for coming on, man. You're obviously right in the thick of it. Give us some insight on what the F is going on. Besides it looking like it's cold, I don't know what out there. What's going on, man?
Yeah, so we're at the Whipple Federal Building in Minneapolis. Greg Bavino was actually just out here on the front line standing off with these protesters. I would give it probably 200 people just behind me right now, all lined up in protesting the entrance to that building. Every time ICE or DHS or federal vehicle leaves the building, they do a face-off with it. The other night there were some taillights smashed. I haven't seen anything like that today, but that doesn't mean it won't happen.
Right. I mean, did this look like an organic, authentic protest, meaning that the people of Minneapolis are here, they don't like what ICE is doing, they're protesting, or does this look like it's something more going on here?
Well, I don't know about organic nature, but as far as pre-planning goes, there's a lot of it. I mean, the other night when Nick and I were here, they threw frozen water bottles through our windows. Those water bottles had time. Why would you freeze a water bottle? You can't drink it if it's frozen, but you can throw it at stuff.
Yeah, man. So what is the? Were you there? Because I just talked to Nick, and he was showing me, or he was showing videos of them going and stealing guns out of FBI vehicles. Are you anywhere near that, or were you there?
No, no, that's a different part of town. I wasn't
Okay.
here. I was out of town. I just got back in today, so
Wow.
I wasn't there for that. And that's not at this location. That's at a different location. Um, so yeah.
But where you're at right now is just the face-offs. It's not anything super crazy yet. It's not like they're bludgeoning and they're having to come out with pepper balls and gas, anything like
They
that.
actually did just tear gas.
Oh,
Just like a couple minutes ago, they tear gas because the FPS, DHS, and immigration officials told him stay out of this, keep this road here clear, and they wouldn't. They kept getting in the road, so they came out and they pepperballed and they tear gassed.
what are some of the things that the protesters are saying? Are they just saying the same talking points of ICE and DHS, or is any of those people willing to talk to you, or well, maybe you don't want to talk to them, but are they willing to give an explanation of why they're really upset?
I mean, it's just a lot of you're a pedophile, you're stealing, you're Nazis. You can hear them actually saying that right now as we speak behind me. I don't talk to them. It's not safe to
Yeah.
talk to them for me. One person doesn't like something I say, and suddenly all 250 people that are here are trying to hurt me. So I just come and I just document and I record the face-offs and stuff like that. How Minneapolis works is there's kind of two sides of the protests. There's the face-offs at the federal building behind me, and then there's the neighborhoods where the raids are occurring, and protests erupt as the raids are occurring in the neighborhoods. That's where
Wow.
both shootings happened, is in the neighborhoods.
That's crazy, man. One question I have for you is that, do you think that if something were to go down, do you think the local law enforcement will respond and support you, or you think they're not coming?
Sorry, somebody was coming by me honking. What was that question again?
Yeah, I said, do you think that if you got into trouble right now, or if somebody on the, I guess, pro ICE side were to go and counter protest, do you think that the police will respond?
Like local police or federal police?
No, local police.
No, definitely not. No, absolutely not. We know that because they didn't respond when Nick and I got attacked out here. They did nothing. We called 911. It just gets, eventually somebody came way after it happened,
Yeah.
and it just got sidebarred, and no, there's going to be no criminal prosecution. The sheriffs are better than MPD. MPD won't do anything. I mean, I was being stalked the other day downtown during a protest. Somebody telling me that if somebody were to kill me for my beliefs, that they would think that's justified. He called it self-defense. And then he followed me around trying to incite a mob against me. And he stalked me for over an hour. I think we traveled over a mile. And I called 911. They never sent anybody.
That's absolutely insane. And I think the only people that will probably
Yeah.
support you right now if something happened was probably the federal agents will come out and try to do something. Or do you think they wouldn't even come out?
I mean, they probably would if it was a serious situation, but think about this. Anytime, oh man, I dropped my portable trigger. Anytime anytime a journalist or a counter protester or somebody like that to that nature gets mobbed out here, it's the only time that ICE has to really to escape the building without risk of injury. So usually you'll see convoys leave, and then the feds will come out and they'll tear gas if somebody's being attacked. But they first, what I've seen is use that opportunity to keep their agents safe, and then they come out and they defend the person.
Yeah. So what is it like for you as a journalist? I asked the same thing to Nick Sortor. Like, I mean, how safe do you feel on a 1 to 10? 10 being you feel completely safe. 1 being I don't feel safe at all. I could get killed at any minute or seriously injured.
Well, normally it's like I'd say like a 5. I mean it's not at least conservatively on the Dave Portnoy pizza review scale, I'd put it at like a 5 or a 6. But I feel a lot safer now because of the Blackline Guardian Fund, which has
Ah.
helped me get security for today, um, which is something that you introduced me to, and I'm very appreciative for. And so today I have security, and it should be a lot safer. But it's still, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, last night it was insane. They were breaking into FBI vehicles, stealing their weapons.
That's crazy. That's not protesting. That's terrorism. That's an
Exactly.
insurrection. I mean, every definition of an insurrection, the coordination part of it, the violence part of it, the agenda part of it, the attacking and obstructing federal law from being applied is all a part of the statute when it comes to insurrection. It's the same thing they claimed against, January 6ers, and they were saying that it was coordinated and they were thwarting the lawful order of the federal government, and they used violence. Those components led to them arresting people, and they're going to prison for like 4 years over insurrection. And these people are clearly insurrectionists,
Yeah.
and it's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it appears that last night when they broke into those vehicles, they took and distributed what's called controlled unclassified information, call signs, locations, addresses, immigration targets, arrest warrants, actually weapons. It's serious stuff. It's not a small thing. It's extremely serious, and they destroyed vehicles. So
I'm sorry, you broke up there for a minute, but yeah, I got what you said. That it is serious. It's a coordinated effort. It's an attack. Getting classified documents to doxed sites where we're doing law enforcement on a federal level. I mean, I think Trump has to do something about it. I mean, what do you think of Trump's response so far? I know he can't unilaterally do everything, but I mean, from the federal government, what do you think the response has been? What do you grade the response, and what do you think it should be?
the response to the protest, I think so far this round, not including the previous LA riots and stuff like that. This round, I think the response is pretty. I mean, I think after last night, there needs to be serious action taken. We can't just. It's like children, right? If you allow your child to get away with stuff repeatedly, they're going to keep doing it, and they're probably going to do it worse if you don't give them consequences for the behavior that they're exhibiting.
Yeah. So I know it's cold out there, man. I just want to touch base with you. I'm sure we're gonna be able to get on a call or something like this a little later. So, man, you be safe out there, and my guys will protect you and make sure you're good. So, shout out to the Guardian Fund, and shout out to Blackline, man.
Yes.
We're trying to do our best to protect Cam, Nick, Shirley, Nick Sortor, because you guys should be protected doing God's work, and that's exposing the truth.
Thanks, Brandon.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on, Cam.